In part one, we ran the numbers and concluded that putting down a smaller deposit helps with cash flow, therefore you can expand your portfolio quicker. In part two, we're going to look at capital appreciation and the impact that has on growing your portfolio quickly. So here's a quick recap. In part one, we discovered with an 80% purchase, it will take you 34 months to purchase your next property. With a 75% purchase, it will take you 40 months. So now we need to look at what mortgage deals are available at 80% and 75%. Now, interestingly, with a yield of 6.6%, the only 80% products available to you right now are 5-year fixed rates. Now, that's not a bad thing because we know within 5 years, you would have built up enough cash in order to move forward with your second acquisition. So fixing for 5 years shouldn't cause you any concerns. But with a 75% deal and a 6.6% yield, you actually get access to a 2-year fixed rate, meaning that you can refinance in 2 years. So with the help of our friend Capital Appreciation, let's put that together and see how that now impacts on your ability to expand your portfolio. So year zero, we bought the property for £350,000 with a £269,062 mortgage balance. So that's 75%, including the product fee. Year two, with our help of our friend Capital Appreciation, increasing the value of the property by 2% equals £357,000. Once again, the mortgage balance stays exactly the same because it's interest only. In year two, when we're coming up to refinancing, the value of the property is now £364,140. Now, let's look at loan to values, 75% and 80% products in 2 years' time. So if the value is £364,140, with 75%, you can release £4,013. Not a great deal of money. However, if you were to look at an 80% product, suddenly you can release £22,250. Now, let's combine the equity release figures into our cash flow model we looked at in part one. So let's start on the right-hand side, acquisition costs. So if you were looking to buy a property today at £350,000, taking into account some assumptions, that being that stamp duty costs haven't changed, it will cost you £89,400. Over the course of 3 years and taking into account house price inflation of 2%, that £89,400 actually looks at £95,412. So that is our target cash amount that we need in order to move forwards with our second acquisition. Now, if we look at the table under 75%, what we see is once we bought the property, we're out of cash. In year one, moves to 28 grand. In year two, we've got 57,000. So that is the savings plus the net rental income produced by the first property. But we've also got the ability to pull out 22 grand. And then in the following year, year three, we're now at 108 grand. We only need 95,412. So this is really interesting. What we've now learned is with an 80% 5-year limited company fixed rate mortgage, it may not actually help you speed up the rate that you can expand your portfolio. But when we look at 75% and look to release that equity with the help of our friend Capital Appreciation in 2 years' time, it may actually result in you expanding your portfolio slightly quicker. Now in part three, I'm going to tie all of this together for you. So stay tuned for that.